In Kerala, the general trend is that we see alternate governments coming to power every election. This time around, the LDF government is facing this most important election, sounding very confident that they are coming back to power in the state. Now, there are three important factors which could well play in favor of Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and the Left Democratic Front government in the state. First and the most important is the role of Chief Minister and the government in particular as a crisis management system, as a viable crisis management system. We saw that during the floods of 2018, when the most parts of central Kerala was literally flooded by waters, heavy rains. We saw how the government rose to power as a crisis management system. Chief Minister was holding press conferences every day, assuring all possible help. Even after almost 30 lakhs of people were displaced in the flood, the government machinery managed to keep the death toll well under 500. So that, they believe, is a huge bonus, and that shows the efficiency of the system. We saw a similar crisis management when the Covid-19 pandemic emerged, even as the numbers kept on increasing and the death toll kept on increasing across the country during the initial stages, and towards the mid-May and June period, we saw the cases steadily on the decline in Kerala.
Nipah incident is a very good experience to us. With that experience, we have planned everything earlier.
And even now, though there is a perception that the cases are high in the state machinery has managed to keep the death rate well below 100, to be more precise, roughly around 0.4%. Now, this is one of the most important factors why the government believe that they have a good chance of coming back to power. And not just this, the second important factor is the way the government has handled the distribution of welfare pensions, because even the previous governments used to give welfare pension as a kind of support for the people who are deprived of any other income, who are above a particular age, mostly the elderly population. If the welfare pension was around 600 when this government came to power, and there was roughly around 18 months of pending pensions to be paid out, this government ensured that they cleared the arrears, and when they are facing the elections 5 years down the line, the welfare pension has been increased to 1,600 per person per month. That's not just all. The government has also ensured, or they claim, that more people in the state has got a house of their own during their tenure. According to Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, the government has completed the projects of 2.5 lakh houses to the poor, which was mostly funded by the state government money. And also the government claims over 1.5 lakh houses are yet being constructed, which is in addition to this 2.5 lakh. Even as the Left Democratic Front faces this election with a tagline, Urappan LDF, meaning it's LDF for sure, there are at least a few who do not really believe that things are going to be easy for the Left Democratic Front government. Political experts believe that there are a few things which could work well against the favor of Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. The first and the most crucial will be the suspected involvement of high-profile government officials and people linked to the LDF and other left parties in the infamous gold smuggling case. If you remember, a few months back, the central agencies had arrested M. Shivashankar, a senior IAS officer and principal secretary to Kerala Chief Minister, and he was put in jail for over 80 days before he got bail and he was released. The second is the allegations of inappropriate appointments at the government jobs. Over the last 2 months, the government has given appointment or regularized the appointment of many temporary staff in government sector. The opposition alleges that this is a system to undermine and sabotage the system of Public Service Commission, which usually gives appointment to people in government sectors. The third and which many experts believe could actually work well against them if not handled carefully, could be the Sabarimala issue. Though this actually seems to be a very old issue, this has actually come to the limelight over the last few weeks as the opposition, the BJP and the Congress, has raised this issue once again. The State Minister for Devasam Kadagampalli Surendran expressed regret over the incidents that happened in the temple during the 2018 festive season, which saw massive protests and clashes between protesters and police and also from other groups. And once again, this issue could well be raked up ahead of the election, keeping the CPIM and the Left Democratic Front in a tight fix on whether or not they stand by their previous decision.